This is Michael Wilson. We're looking at the question, is Jesus the Messiah's death on behalf of others? The dictionary definition of atonement is satisfaction or even reparation for a wrong or an injury. In other words, it's an act that brings about amends. In dying for the sins of the world, Jesus the Messiah fulfilled and replaced the old covenant, that is the old agreement or testament, the sacrificial system that God has set up, so that all who believe in him are restored to fellowship with God. The Messiah Jesus is the true high priest who finally liberates his people from the guilt of missing God's goal, it's also known as sin, by offering himself as the supreme sacrifice. So throughout church history, several different views of atonement, some true, some false, have been put forth by different individuals or denominations. One of the reasons for the various views is that both the Old and New Testament reveal many truths about the Messiah's atonement, making it hard, if not impossible, to find a single theory or theology that fully encapsulates or explains the richness of the atonement that Jesus brings to our lives. So what we discover as we study the scripture, it is a rich, multifaceted picture of atonement as the Bible puts forth many interrelated truths concerning the redemption that the Messiah has accomplished. Another contributing factor to the many different theologies and doctrines of atonement is that much of what we can learn about atonement needs to be understood from the experience and perspective of God's people under the old covenant sacrificial system. And that's just completely foreign to our culture. So the old agreement, the old covenant, the Old Testament, animals were sacrificed to atone for God's goal, for missing God's goal. And Jesus, here's the good news, the perfect Son of God has once and for all shed his blood and given us redemption and atonement.